Everybody, this is Brett from On the Road with Brett Schulman, and today we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about something that is really revolutionizing the amount of, I would say, incredible, outrageous adrenaline rush, and that is the Q3. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is the standard operating procedures of when you first get your Q3, once you've ordered it and it's came to your home. Now, what's really important is when you take it out of the box to please be very, very careful just to slide it out of the box and then open it up with the tape. And just take the tape and just pull it off lightly. Now, you're going to notice on the other side of the styrofoam that there's some things that are included in that you need to pull out. First, the most important thing in the entire world is the manual. The first thing that you need to do once you take your Q3 out is to read the entire manual from cover to cover. And it has different languages, but if you speak English, obviously you're going to go to the second half of the portion of this. Then what you're going to do is after you read this completely and you thoroughly understand all the functionality of the Q3, then what you're going to do is you're going to take your charger, just like this. This is your charger. You're going to look at, there's an indication light here. And what you do is you walk over to your Q3, you flip off this tab right here, then you simply insert this here, and then you screw it down. Now, once you screw it down, you plug it in. Now, obviously, what's going to happen is your Q3 is not fully charged, and you want to make sure that it's fully charged, so you wait for that red light to come on. Once that red light is on, it's probably going to take about 3 to 4 hours on the first charge to make sure that that light goes green. Now, a lot of people don't understand, what is that noise coming from this battery charger? Well, that noise is common and it's okay. So you're going to hear it, and it's a blow motor that keeps everything cool inside. So once that light goes green, unplug it. You do not want to overcharge your Q3. Very, very important. And the second thing you're going to do is you're going to take this little extension here, and if you'll look on the bottom of your Q3, you're going to find your tube. Now, the Q3 only comes with 3 or 4 pounds of air pressure. It's extremely dangerous for you to take the Q3 out and ride it immediately, because you know what? It is not a good safety factor, and what you need to do is fill your tires up with air. Now, on here it says anywhere between 30 and 35 depending on your weight. That's PSI. So what you're going to do is you're going to simply take off your cap, you're going to screw this on, and then what you're going to do is you're going to fill it up to about 30 to 35 pounds of air. Now, depending if you drive on grass, it's going to be a little bit less because it's more of a floating type ride. But more of an asphalt feeling, you're going to add a little bit more pressure. And what you'll see is on the side, it's going to give you another instructional manual here. Right here, it says, always ride with a safety helmet. Folks, that's the most important thing. When you're brand new and you have nobody to help you, it's extremely important that you wear a safety helmet, you have knee pads, you have elbow pads, you have everything it takes to become very, very safe, and that's very important. So once you fill this up, you're going to stand it up straight. You'll also notice that it comes with a training strap. Now, this training strap is extremely important in the very beginning because it'll give you more stabilization when you're riding your Q3. And if you'll look right here, there's a charging system from it says the Mars rover. Now, each one of these represents 25% power. So once you activate your Q3, it's going to stand up on its own, and you're going to see all these lights come up. Now, those lights indicate 25% power, 50% power, 75% power, and 100% power. Do not ever drive your Q3 when it gets down to 1 and it starts beeping. That's going to tell you that you need to shut it off and recharge it. It's extremely important that you do not let it run completely down. That will ruin it completely. So, in effect, what we have is, hey, number 1, take it out of the box. Number 2, read the instruction manual. Number 3, fill this up with air. Very important. You notice you have 2 tires here, not one. So you turn it over to the left, then you turn it over to the right, and then you fill them both up with air. The third thing you're going to do is you're going to go over and you're going to look at your system. You're going to say, okay, what is this? Well, you already know that that's a charging harness. You already know that this is the energy level, and this is the on-off switch. So come on over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you how awesome it is. So here it is. Don't be afraid to sit it right here, because if you sit it right here, this is a normal stance for your Q3. Simply raise it up here and activate it. And you'll notice, just with one touch of the finger, you could go backwards or you could go forwards. Very simple like that. So if you turn it to the sideways, it'll stay right there. Very, very, very important. Never walk away from your Q3 when it's activated, because it'll simply walk away from you. It's like a little robot. Also very important, always deactivate your Q3 when you're lifting it up. If you leave this on, the gyroscope's going to think that you're still on it. And what's going to happen, it's going to wobble and become uncomfortable for you. So always deactivate it every single time you pick up the Q3. Now you'll notice that it has a handle here. This is a great thing for carrying around, and it's very, very comfortable. The Q3 can sit in your seat or sit in your trunk or go anywhere you want to go. And of course, we all know on the internet, they all have a baggage system that you can put it on the back of a backpack for an additional amount of funding. I think it's $69. But that's also really cool to have, so you can take it with you anywhere you want to go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to just simply set it down. We're going to activate it. Everything's ready to go. Then you're going to flip your harness down here. These are your pedals, and let it sit right here. Now you're ready to go. Right? Wrong. The most important thing you're going to do is figure out, well, let's watch my surface. A lot of times when I started off in the very beginning, I would start anywhere, and you know what? It became dangerous. What you want to do is you want to find a flat surface that's very, very smooth in the very beginning. Now, when you're learning in the very beginning, you're going to get help from people. Now, what I suggest is if you're all by yourself and you have nobody to help you, watch this. Take 2 chairs, put one on the left, one on the right, and lift yourself up just a little bit and place your feet on the Q3. Now, very important. This point right here where your toes are is what we call the gas pedal. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put your right foot and your left foot on the gas pedal, because this acts as your accelerator or your brake. So you're going to keep your feet here, and when you tilt forward, it goes forward. When you lean back, it goes back. Watch this. Just like that. So what you have to do is find a very comfortable position on your pedals to make sure that you're safe and comfortable. That's very important. So the next thing you want to do is you want to come over here and you want to grab your training strap and you want to attach it. Now this is for the beginners, and believe me, you're going to probably want to do this I would say for the first 2 hours of time. Take it just like this, snap it in, lift it up, and activate it. Now this is also extremely important when you're driving the Q3. Why? Because if you think you're going to fall off or make a bad adjustment on a roadway, the greatest thing in the world is this strap. Why? Because when you are going to attempt to fall off, all you do is lift up on this strap, and it saves damage from the Q3. Because without it, it'll go spinning out of control and scratch up your Q3, and you don't want to do that. So that's important. So as we talked about before, when you go and get on the Q3, you're going to take 2 chairs, one on the left and one on the right. Simply lift yourself up and then put your pedals on and take off. And then use those chairs as a centerpiece of coming back to your home base. Then you simply stand up straight, come back and turn your brakes off, and then jump off, and it's very easy that way. But if you have a person that's going to be with you, what you do is you grab onto their shoulder, giving leverage to them, put your right foot on the pedal, put your left foot on the pedal, and then you're going to take your arm just like this. So you got their left arm right here, they're going to be right here, and they're going to walk with you and help adjust your balance until you get very, very comfortable on riding the Q3. And that's all for right now. Just coming up in about, I said the next segment, we're going to talk about getting on the Q3 and going for a ride. So we'll be right back after this. Hey, welcome back, you newbies. Yeah, that's right. If you're looking at this, you're going to be watching part 2. And part 2 is extremely important too. So what we're going to talk about is getting on the Q3, getting off the Q3, turning it left, turning it right, going forward, accelerating, and coming back, leaning back just a little bit to put on those brakes. But as we talked about earlier, you really need to go through that manual from front to start. And you also want to make sure that your tires are full of air, based on your weight. Anywhere between about 30 pounds of air to about 35 pounds of air. And also, it needs to be fully charged, which means you need to see that green light on that battery charging system before you take off on your Q3. So let's talk about getting on your Q3. What we're going to do is we're simply going to stand up. We're going to activate your Q3, which is going to activate the gyroscope. Now, once it's doing that, you can see that it's actually standing up by itself. The next thing is you've attached your training harness. Now, the training harness is really important for those beginning people because it's going to help you get your balance. So what we're going to do simply now is always find a flat surface, by the way. If you see, like in the road, you'll see cracks and things like that. Stay away from those in the very beginning. Now, once you're a pro, it really doesn't matter how you mount your Q3. You want to just make sure that you're in a flat surface area. So what I do simply is this. I take my right hand, I put it on top. I take my left hand, I put it right here, covering the surface area. Now, there's 4 steps. The first step is take your right foot and put it on the right pedal with your toes across this ending edge. The second thing you're going to do is your right calf is going to go forward left. So, right step down, calf in just a little bit, counterbalancing to the left. The third thing you're going to do is you're going to take your left foot and you're going to place it on the pedal, and then you're going to stand up and go. Now that sounds like it's going to take you a while, but you know what? You need to do that in about 1 second. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So how we do this is we say right foot down, lean left, left foot down, and go. I hope you got that. There'll be a test after this. Just kidding. All right, so here we go. Position correctly on your hands across the Q3. Stable here. You're going to lean a little bit left here. And what you're going to do, simply do this, stand up, and go. Now, you're on the Q3 now. If you can, just make a little bit of adjustments like I just did. Turn, you're going to simply lean a little bit to the left. And you've got this, so this gives you more stabilization. So what we're going to do is to accelerate, you lean forward. To turn, you're simply going to lean a little bit. And what you're going to do is you're going to press your right calf against the wall of the Q3. Very important. So you're going to lean forward here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to turn right here. You're going to straighten out, and you're going to proceed forward. Leaning again. Use your thing. There you go. Now, you're going to stop. All you're going to do, stand up straight, grab the handle, and dismount. It's as simple as that, folks. That's how you get on and off the Q3 very safely and very effectively. Folks, follow those instructions. If you have any questions, you can always email it uploadbretttv@gmail.com or call me at 407-448-9911. You're going to love this Q3. It's the best. It's the greatest invention I've ever seen in my life. Enjoy it, but be safe. And remember one thing, arrive alive and don't text and drive. Welcome back to another part of learning and training on the Q3. Now, for those of you folks out there that say, wow, this is awesome, I love it, this is fantastic, but my friend wants to drive it. Well, what they need to do is they need to read that manual. That's very important. And they need to have a helmet, they need to have elbow pads and knee pads and everything, and they need to understand the functionality of the Q3. Now, for example, if you want to train somebody on how to drive the Q3 and how to ride it, we're going to show you. I got my wonderful friend Carly. She's 12 years old, but she's a very good skateboarder. So she already knows about balance. So let's talk about a couple things. The first thing you're going to do is stand next to the Q3. No, stand next to it right here. So stand right there. And you're going to basically do like this. Okay? And then you're going to jump forward. And then you're going to jump back. Now, you may think, well, that's really funny, but guess what? That pedal is 3 inches high, right off from the ground surface. And what you need to do is train yourself on how to jump off the Q3. Now, in the very beginning, you have this training strap. This training strap is extremely important. Why? Because this gives you balance. This acts as a steering left, steering right, going forward, or going back. So it's very important. Now, some of you, like this one over here, who's already a professional, she only needed it for about 2 seconds, but that's okay. We're going to do it again. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is ask the subject, to come over here. All right, now, you're going to place your hand on my shoulder. You're going to put your right foot on there, get you comfortable, right there, get your balance. All right, now you take your left foot and put it on the pedal. Very good. Now you hold on to that, straight up. Now grab my arm right there, and I'm going to stand up with you. Now see, notice that you're already standing up and you're already balanced. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to ask the person, Carly, to lean forward. So just lean forward a little bit. Never look down, always look straight. And there she goes. It's as simple as that. The less and less you need it, the less pressure you put on the arm. And now the individual is off and running. So you simply walk with them. And when they're ready to stop, what they're going to do is lean back a little bit. You grab the handle with them and then just jump off. And that's how you dismount the Q3. So we're going to go back the other way. Okay, ready? Look forward. There we go. And here we go. Notice how she's leaning forward. The faster she leans, the more she leans forward, the faster she goes. You're going to walk next to the person. And now she's actually riding by herself. So you jog a little bit. Very good. She's going to run out of room, so she's going to stand up straight, grab the orange strap, and dismount. Notice how she jumped off the same way she just did? That's the learning process of doing that. And folks, that's the Q3. That's our little training session. Check it out on the Road with Brett Schulman. I'm Brett. Having fun with the Q3, it's outstanding. You need to get one. Just email me at uploadbretttv@gmail.com or call me 407-448-9911. And remember one thing, always be safe, arrive alive, and don't text and drive. Have a great day. Wow, went right up that hill, easy. And that's it. Hey, you're doing it though. She's like a drunk driver going forward by itself because it's it's got the gyroscope. So what you do is you take your feet apart right here, and you simply learn to go forward and backwards, forward and backwards. Because the pedal is about 3.5 inches to 4 inches off the ground, about right here. So here we go. We're gonna do a little demonstration for you. So what I do is, there's some people that just like jump right on it. I don't do that. What I do is I put my hand here, I put my right foot right on the top, I get a good nice centered piece, and then I'm gonna take this right leg and I'm gonna tilt it to the left. So what I'm doing is I'm counterbalancing, and here we go. So we're do here, push here, go forward, and lean forward. It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. So here we're gonna do, we're gonna go a little turn here, and get up some speed. So the more you lean forward, the faster you go. So we're leaning forward here. We're going to push to the right. We're going to still keep our speed up. We're going to turn. Now to stop, all you're going to do is you're going to lean back, grab the handle, and step off. And folks, that's how you do it. And this is the Q3. Now the Q3 runs about $11.99, and it takes about 5 days to come right to your house. And you can order one right now. All you have to do is go to uploadbrettTV@gmail.com. Send us a note, let us know how many you want. And by the way, they come in 2 different colors, black and white. And that's what it's all about. I'm Brett from On the Road to Brett Schulman. We'll see you out on the highways and the byways and on the sidewalks. You can take this thing everywhere, make your deliveries on it, and just have a great time with the Q3. You guys have a great day. Well, what you're looking at right now is the GoPro cam right on the Q3. Traveling down the road, having a great time. Very well balanced. A lot of fun. Accelerating. Here we are, that noise you hear is at 12 miles an hour, which is our top speed.